Yo, this is Dark, and here's a guide to get every mount in the first season of The War Within, baby. Starting off with an easy mount, the Swarmite Skyhunter is going to be collected after you do the Cow's Agar Glyph Hunter achievement, which is collecting all the glyphs in all 4 of the new zones. So go get the glyphs and get you this easy mount. In the Isles of Dorn, you could get the Reins of the Soaring Meaderbee. By getting this bee, you're going to have to collect 900 sizzling cinder pollen, which you can buy from this dude right here, which I'll mark it on the map for you. To get the cinder pollen, you're going to have to kill a bunch of elite bees, which are in this area over here. So you want to make a group with some people, because if you're doing it by yourself, it's going to take forever. So get a group, blast some bees, get your 900 pollen, buy it from the dude, and get the mount. And then for the specific renowned mounts, there's going to be 2 mounts for each new reputation. So one from the Earthen dudes, one from the dudes in the Ring and Deeps, Hollowfall, and Ajkahed and whatever the hell. Starting with the Council of Darnagal, you'll get the Swarmite Ramolith at Renown 18 for 8,125 resonance crystals, and then at Renown 23 you get the Smoldering Cinderbee for a little over 11,000 crystals at rank 23. For the Assembly of the Deeps, you get the Crimson Mudnose at Renown 19 for about 8,000 crystals, and then you can also get the Cyan Glowmite at Renown 23 for about 11,000. And then for the Hollowfall of Wrathy reputation, you get the Imperial Lynx at rank 21 renown for 8,000, and then you get the Shackled Shadow at rank 23 for a little over 11,000 crystals. And then for the Severed Threads, it's going to be a little different. Instead of crystals, you're going to need that Keji web currency, but at rank 22 you get the Ferocious Jawcrawler with about 2,800 of that web stuff, and then you get the Aquamarine Swarmite for about 4k of the Keji. For the Severed Threads, that you can also get to mount through the pack weekly quests. You choose to be packed with the Weaver, the General, or the Visor dude. And once you hit 7 out of 9 reputation with each of these dudes, you can buy a mount from them as well. That will cost 2,020 Keji, and they're all the same mount. They're just a recolor. Take a look. And then for the Dauntless Imperial Lynx, you're going to be wanting to go to the Spreading the Light area, which is about the top north area of Hollowfall. Go there, do the blue quest out there, and then the bags that drops has a pretty good chance of dropping this mount through one of those. So do the quest over there. Then you also have the Machine Defense Unit 1-11, which can be collected from the Awakened Kashi, from doing the wave thing from motherfucking dude right here and shit. So you do the 20 waves, you kill all that stuff, and then you open all 4 of the chests, and you hopefully get it. Another simple mount to get is by doing the story campaign. You unlock the Earthen, and then you'll get their racial mount, the Slatestone Ramolith. And to get Siesbarg, the big flying bug dude, you're going to want to kill his ass. He's a rare that spawns in Ajkahed. He has a chance to drop a quest item that will put you on the quest chain to get him. So make sure you're killing him. Once you get the quest item, you will go down to Ajkahed, the little city area. You will talk to this spider dude over here. He's going to drop a quest right here for you that will have you collect 1,500 Nerubian chitin, which you can get from any Nerubians in Ajkahed or any of the 4 zones. So make sure you're collecting those. Once you collect all those bad boys, you get another quest from this son of a butt to collect 1,000 Nerubian venom, and then you do that by killing the same mobs around the whole goddamn expansion. And once you turn that in, you get another quest for freaking collecting 500 Nerubian blood, and you guessed it, you get it from Nerubians all over the expansion. And then once you turn in that quest, you finally get them out, and then you can be free. So to collect Alunira, the flying griffin bird dude who looks really cool, you want crackling shards, and you need 10 of these bad boys. They can drop from any mob in the Isle of Dorn. So make sure you're collecting these. They're war bound, so you get them on other characters. Once you get 10, you want to fuse those crystals together, and you'll be creating a crystal where you can go up to the top of the blue mountain, shown on the map right here, to deactivate the rare shield, and you can kill that rare and get the mount. Just make sure you didn't help any buddies before you did it, because you can only loot the bird once a day. So if you helped a friend kill it so they could get a mount, and you try to do it on that same day, you will not get the mount to drop for you. So be aware of that, baby. Beledar spawn you could get in Hollowfall basically every time it turns night or the big old crystal makes the whole zone purple and dark and everything, he will spawn no matter what. He has multiple spawn locations. There's usually groups in the group finder who are looking for him. He spawns every 3 hours on the dot, so make sure you are looking for groups that are doing it. Just get in a group with them because all the players in the raid can spread out to all the different spawn locations. Usually people will ping where it's at, and they don't usually pull, so make sure you're going to that location, killing it, and getting your chance to get this mount. And so far, he's been a pretty high drop rate. I've seen a bunch of them drop for a bunch of people, and I got him myself. Woo! The regurgitated mole reins can be acquired in the ringing deeps by killing the lurker of the deeps. How you want to do this? You want to look for groups because it's pretty hard to solo this and really annoying. So look for groups who are spawning them. There's going to be different levers, I believe 4 or 5 levers in the zone that all have to be hit within the same time period, and that will spawn the lurker of the deeps down the south of the zone. You go down there, you then kill the lurker with your raid group, and then you have a chance of getting the mount. Delver mount, super easy to get. Just follow Brand's quest line while you're doing the delves. Everyone probably has this mount by now. If you haven't got it, go talk to Brand and do the delves. And then for the raid mounts, you got 2 variations of this bad boy. You got the purple one, who drops from Raid Finder, Normal, and Heroic from the last boss. Extremely rare drop chance, so it's probably around 1%. But it's the purple version, the Reins of the Sureki Skyrazor, so make sure you're getting there, killing the boss weekly at whatever level you could do it at. And then you also have the mythic version, which you probably won't be able to kill unless you're really, really good or in a really good raid group. That's the red one. Reins of the Ascendant Skyrazor, who looks pretty cool, but don't threat. You can always wait till the end of the expansion, since this is the first raid of the expansion, where it's going to be a hell of a lot easier, and a bunch of people are going to be making groups, and it will have guaranteed drop chance to get it while the expansion is going on. For dungeons in this season, there's one mount that will drop, and that will be from Mythic Stonevault. It's going to be the Stonevault Mechsuit. So last boss over there will have a chance to drop this on Mythic or any Mythic Plus, so make sure you're running those keys to get this bad boy. You get a quest item from them. You just do that quest real quick. Easy, simple. The hard part's going to be getting the mount to actually drop. And then staying on the topic of dungeons, you got your KSM mount, which is the Diamond Mechsuit, which you just need to get 2K rating on your M+, so make sure you're jamming those out and you'll get this bad boy. It's pretty cool looking. And then for the glory achievements, they actually took out the glory dungeon one. They made it into the glory of the Delver, which is this Ivory Goliathus mount, which you do by doing various achievements. Most of them are done on level 8 or higher, and some of them are collecting treasure and lore, so make sure you're collecting everything in those delves, and we'll go in on this more in a different video. And then for the glory of the Nerubar Raider, you could get the Reins of the Shadowed Swarmite, which is going to be an achievement for each boss. You could do this easy on normal, so make sure you're getting in your raid groups and getting that mount. Alright, for PvP, you got the Gladiator mount, which is a bat who has some armor on it. Unless you're a hardcore PvPer, you're probably not going to get this bad boy. There's going to be like 10 people in the whole game who have this shit. No one cares about PvP. But for casuals and shit like myself, you get the Vicious Skyflayer, which is pretty cool. Armored up in Horde or Alliance attire. By hitting rated PvP, once you hit over 1K rating, you can start filling up the bar with W's, wins, in your PvP matches, and you go work towards this, and you just fill up that bar and you'll get it. It's pretty simple, pretty easy. But then there's a world PvP mount, the Raging Cinderbee. You could get by doing various achievements. You get this mount by doing the Tour of Honor, so 1,000 honorable kills in each of the new zones. And then you also get it by doing Sparkling Battle, which is doing the Sparks of War quest 5 times. So do that 5 weeks, 5 quests. You good on that? And then you also want to do each world PvP world quest at least once for Unbound Battle achievement. And then for the last achievement, you have to do a Champions Tour, the War Within, which is each PvP world quest 5 times. With this one, you can actually do this on your alts as well. So if one world PvP quest is up for that day or that bi-weekly, whenever they're up, do that on your main, then you do on 4 alts, and you are done with that world PvP quest. And it works on alts that are level 70, so make sure you're doing that so you don't have to spend hella time. Just make sure you cheese it with your alts. For Ka, Legend of the Deep, the big fish dude, you're going to have to do the Derby Dash achievement, which is going to be you collecting all these different kinds of fish all over the expansion. And to get started on it, you're going to have to first get your fishing to level 200 to be able to fish in all the zones. And then on Saturdays, you will want to come to this spot here, and there'll be NPCs here that will give you quests to do, and once you collect those quests, it will get you on the track of collecting all these fish. And remember, you can only do this achievement on Saturday during the fishing tournament. Alright, the Crowd Pummeler 2-30 is going to be the engineering mount from this place. So to get this one, you want to get yourself a job, IRL, or if you're a young child, take your parents' freaking wallets and stuff and their credit cards. You cash out those coins, you know what I'm saying, the WoW tokens, you get a bunch of gold, you go on the auction house, you buy it, and you're done. Good. Cool. Easy. Haha, just kidding. Don't actually steal anything from your parents, obviously. But if you're an adult, go get a job. You can just buy this thing. So to get this, you're going to have to do a lot of scrapping with engineering to even get the schematic for the goddamn mount. So once you do that, you can farm all the parts. If you're an average Joe like myself and you're not going to do engineering because I do blacksmithing and all that good stuff, you can just buy the things from the auction house or just straight up buy the mount if you have all the gold for it, because buying all the stuff to create the mount, if you just farm out the schematic, is basically just as expensive as just buying the goddamn mount. All the parts are super pricey and it's about the same price, so just freaking don't farm it. Just buy it with gold slowly. No, this mount sucks. That's all I gotta say about it. This mount blows. It's a big ass grind. Either a huge gold sink or a huge freaking time sink. I'm not gonna waste my time. I got a job. I'm gonna pay for it. Whatever. Nah, I probably won't even pay for it. I'm just gonna freaking go do something else. And wait for the price to go down in 20 expansions. And there's your guide for the War Within 11.0 mounts. They're not that bad. There's only a few that are a pain in the freaking butt, so make sure you're trying to grind those out before the next patch, because we all know once the next patch goes out, you won't want to grind these ones out. You know what I'm saying, dudes? Peace!